Claire. How are you?
I am still here. We're still doing the show, and it's pretty unbelievable, to be honest. We have had pretty much full audiences, and we are just so grateful to be here. Yeah, it's still a bit of a shock, to be honest.
And have you been doing the show pretty much the whole way through?
I jumped on the tour mid 2019, so I was doing Thoroughly Modern Millie back home in Australia, and then got the phone call to jump back onto the tour, and rehearsed in Israel, had costume fittings in London, and then we opened in Dubai at the Opera House, and we opened in Seoul in December, had a little break for about a month back home, and then opened at the Blue Square Theatre in mid-February. So it's been a whirlwind, and it's just, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, and I guess with all of the coronavirus restrictions going in, did they stop the run at any point?
So when we opened in mid-February, mid-March in Seoul, we did actually close the show for about 3 weeks. 2 cast members did get coronavirus, which it sounds really dramatic, but we had 2 of our young cast members, one from Canada, one from the States, and one had no symptoms at all, and the other had a sore throat. But they were so efficient in dealing with it over here that, and our safety measures were already in place, that luckily nobody else got it. We shut the show down fully for 2 weeks, and went into a quarantine sort of hibernation period, and reopened the show fully, and the audiences amazingly have gotten right behind us again. We've communicated very clearly about the new safety measures post the reopening, so the new hand sanitization process, and everyone was wearing masks in the theatre to begin with from mid-March, but it's just gone another step up in terms of hygiene measures and safety measures and that sort of thing, both backstage and in the auditorium as well. So it's pretty incredible that as I said, the audiences have flocked back, and I think that's also due to the fact that the government is working very closely with our show. So there's that backing there, but also there's complete transparency from the government to the people. For example, back home in Australia, there's the optional mobile phone app that we can all download, but here you get an emergency alert warning on your phone in real time when a new coronavirus case has been found. So you will get an alert that has like a loud buzzing noise, and that says who precisely that person is without naming them. So the age, the gender, their profession, where the case was found, say in, I don't know, McDonald's or something in this area. And so then you will know as a citizen, right, well, I was in that area at that time, and then you go get tested. So it's a really efficient way of working, which has also helped keep our show and other businesses open over here.
Yeah, and I guess it must be strange for you to pretty much be one of the only productions that is performing at the moment. How has that been for you as a performer, and being part of the cast, knowing that it's pretty much just you guys in the whole world?
I know, it's an emotional roller coaster. There's an immense amount of pride in what our show has been able to achieve and what our producers have done for us in keeping us afloat. There's a lot of guilt as well. Like I'm seeing left, right, and centre friends and colleagues losing their jobs and seeing people lose their livelihoods. It's actually sickening. And then to hear about friends who have maybe missed out on JobKeeper and JobSeeker is just gut-wrenching, because I mean, it's not like they can go out and get another job. It's really frustrating. So every day, every hour is different. But we've had great news here that our show is extending until August 8th in Seoul. So in a way, that's kind of some sort of control that I can have in my thinking. Like somebody asked me the other day, you know, how do you sort of stay in character or whatever, and I'm like, well, the show is kind of my one thing every day that I can control. I go and I have my routine and commit to, you know, the blocking and putting on my makeup and that routine every day. So that's been good. But in terms of hearing everyone back home, it's frustrating, it's devastating, it's all the things.
Yeah, and there are a handful of Aussies in the cast with cast and crew, aren't there?
That's correct, yes. So there's myself and Deb Caddy, who's in the ensemble. And then we have, I think, 6 crew members who are Australian, who range from automation to stage management, mechs, that sort of thing. And the rest of the company is either made up of local dressers and wig and makeup team and that sort of thing, or everyone from all around the world.
Good. And as well, I think it's bizarrely poetic that the only show really majorly running right now is the Phantom of the Opera, with such a history of this show being, you know, one of the longest running of all time and longest running on Broadway, and Christine being such a massive character. I feel like that has to be extra pressure on you.
It is, in a way. I mean, I was speaking to the Madame Giry on Broadway, who's an Aussie, Marie Johnson, and she called me, and we've never met, and we were chatting, and we're saying, oh, you know, this person and that person, and Broadway and the West End are looking to us to see what we're doing in terms of safety measures, so other countries and other theatres and theatrical communities can get up and running again. So yeah, there is that pressure, but just also trying to spread a message of hope that things can be done in a safe and responsible manner once governments allow crowds of over 500 or 1,000 or whatever that number is. So yeah, just trying to, in a way, keep spirits up and some sort of normalcy.
Yeah, do you think that these restrictions are going to be the new normal for major theatre productions around the world?
Potentially. I mean, who knows? The COVID-19 crisis might not there might not be an end date to it. It might go in waves for the next couple of years. We just don't know. And if COVID finishes, then there might be some sort of other virus that comes about from somewhere else in the world. So this might have to be the new norm in terms of not just theatre, but other industries as well. Having easy access to hand sanitizer around venues, or mask wearing. I know mask wearing here isn't like an embarrassing or taboo kind of thing here in Asia. It's kind of the norm, maybe because like for a while, not necessarily in Korea, but I know in China sometimes the air quality can be poor, so people do wear masks. So it's the norm to see people in masks walking around. At home in Australia, you would rarely see people wearing masks. So I think that's an idea that we have to get used to maybe now, just for protection for ourselves and for our loved ones and for other people.
Yeah, amazing. Well, it's so exciting for you to be part of a production still, and I know that a lot of people are finding some hope in knowing that there is a major production that's still on at the moment. So fingers crossed that other things start to pop up soon, and all the best.
Crossing fingers and toes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gabby.